you can just comment in the comment place, or you can leave your questions, your requirements to us. For example, come here to visit our factory or know more details about the fully continuous pyrolysis plant or the waste plastic pyrolysis plant, like this kind of questions. You can leave your questions to us, and later our sales manager will give you some introduction due to requirements, and depends on your, for example, your raw material, which kind of raw material you have. For example, the waste tire, waste plastic, oil sludge, or the coal tar sludge, or aluminium plastic, and how many capacities you have, how many raw materials you want to produce. Like we have the equipment for one ton per day, or the biggest one is you want to get the catalog. Okay, you can just send a private message to us, and later our manager will give you the catalog and more information. Have you ever sent a message to us? Okay, yeah, we can have. I've know your comments, and later we will send you what kind of equipment you want to have. For example, the waste tire or waste plastic. Then we can give you some introduction about this. And the capacity is from 1 ton, 2 ton, to the biggest one is 50 ton. It's a fully continuous pyrolysis plant. And later I will tell you how to choose different kinds of the equipment, different kinds of configurations, and what kind of equipment that we have. Well, we have 4 equipment, which names the batch type pyrolysis plant, a semi-continuous pyrolysis plant, and fully continuous pyrolysis plant. And for smaller capacity, we also have the pyrolysis plant unit. So there are different kind of the design to reach to your requirements. If you have any questions, you can just leave your message to us, or you can send your requirements for us privately. Then we can give you some more information. For example, you want to know the quotation or the configurations or the market analysis, we can just talk privately. Well, we have our customers in all over the world, more than 120 countries. So if you want to visit our clients' factories, also welcomed. You can type your regions, and later I will tell you if there are our factory there or our client's factory there, and give you some introduction. Well, the raw materials can be the waste tire, waste plastic, and oil sludge, aluminium plastic, or other kind of the raw materials that contain the oil. So if you want to know if the raw material that you have can use this kind of pyrolysis equipment to get the flue oil, you can just type in the comment place, or you can leave a private message to us. Well, we are in China now. We are the Chinese manufacturer, and we have our own factory that's almost 40,000 square meters. So you can just visit here to know more information. Or if you want the product catalog, you can also send a private message to us. Then we can send you this kind of information. Now, thank you for your watching today. Thank you for your like. You can also follow us. We will have some videos for you every day to show our the market of the pyrolysis plant, and this other kind of information like we have in our company. Well, the products that we can get from this waste things is contain the flue oil, the carbon black, or the coal powder, aluminium ingot, like this kind of products that depends on what kind of raw materials you have. For example, if you chose the waste tire, then we can get the carbon black the tire flue oil and the steel wire from it. The oil yield is almost 40 to 45. This is the waste tire. If you have this tire from the car or truck or OTR tire, so the oil yield is very high, can reach to 45. But if you chose the motorbicycle or bicycle or electric bicycle car tire, then with the oil yield may be 35 to 40. This is the oil yield. And we also can get 35% of the carbon black, 15% of the steel wire, and 10% of the thin gas. And this is a product that from the waste tire. And if your raw material is the waste plastic, then, well, different kinds of plastic, the oil yield is kind of different. If you have the pure, like PP, PPS, then the oil yield can reach to 90%. But most of this kind of plastic, we don't use it to recycle the flue oil. We also use it for deep processing. But if you chose the waste, garbage, or the daily waste, or medical waste, or construction waste, then there are many kinds of the plastic in it. So the oil yield is randomly. If you want to know this kind of data, you can send your raw material to us. We can have a free service to have a test about your oil yield and other products that we can get. Then we can give you an analysis about the marketing. This is the service that we can get. And welcome our new friends. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. And you can just type your raw materials and your capacity of each day. Then we can give you some analysis. Well, we have three kinds of the raw material, the equipment, sorry. The first one is the batch type pyrolysis plant. Well, it is, the smallest one is 10 ton, and we also have 12 ton, 15 ton, 18 ton, and 20 ton. Most of our clients will choose the 15 ton of the waste tire with plastic pyrolysis plant. While the capacity is from 10 ton to 20 ton, and the efficiency of the batch type is we can get one batch for 1 day. So we need 22 or 23 hours to finish the whole product. This is the batch type. And about the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, the capacity, the biggest one is 50 ton. So it's some of our clients that may have many quality of the raw material will choose the fully continue. And another advantage is it can work without stop for 45 to 60 days. So have more high efficiency. It can work 24 hours. So it's, well, one of the equipment that in Chinese government will encourage. So it's now a new design this year's. So if you're interested, you can leave your requirements to us. And later, between this catalog, I will show you some information that different customers from different places chose what kind of the equipment and configurations. Thank you for your like. Okay, and they are different raw materials, different capacity, and different kind of requirements. So later I will show you one by one. And this is two kinds of the equipment, the batch type and the fully continuous. And we also have the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. Well, the efficiency is between the batch type and the fully continuous. We can get 3 batch for 2 days, and the capacity is also 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 18 ton, and 20 ton. Most of our clients will choose the 18 ton or 20 ton. Well, the difference between the batch type one and the continuous one is about the feeding process. We have to feed the carbon black, the rubber powder, not the whole tires when we use the fully continuous, because we need to ensure we feed and slag and the pyrolysis the raw material at the same time. So we need some pre-process to crash the whole tire to the rubber powder for maybe 16 or 18 mesh. This is kind of different. Then we don't need to discharge the carbon black at a lower temperature. So just the high temperature is enough to discharge the carbon black, so we don't need to cool down the reactor, use the cooling system for maybe 8 hours or 10 hours to cool down it. It's a waste of time. And we also need to spend 2 hours to just start the carbon black when we use the batch type. But if we use the full continuous one, then we don't need this kind of time. We can discharge it and pyrolysis the raw material at the same time. So this is kind of advantages, and that's why the efficiency of the continuous one is much more higher. Okay, and let's back to this catalog and tell you more information about different clients. If you want to know more information, you can send your requirements to us, contact in the comment place, or you can send a private message to us. Or if you're convenient, you can leave your WhatsApp number or your email to us. Then we can give you more information one-to-one. If you have the WeChat, it's much more convenient because we are in China. And okay, and this is the one of the clients in Dubai, and it shows the 20 tons pyrolysis plant and the 10 tons distillation plant. Well, if we chose the pyrolysis plant, we can get the flue oil from the waste plastic, and then we get the plastic flue oil. We can use this distillation plant to refine it to the diesel, and the diesel can use at more further places. Well, the flue oil we can use at the heating energy at the, for example, the glass factory, bricks factory, or other cement factory. And the diesel we can get by using the distillation plant, can use it at the agricultural machine or mining machine or the ferry, this kind of places. So this client chose the plastic as a raw material, and it have also the distillation plant, because the quality of the plastic flue oil is much more higher. We can get a very high quality of the diesel. And you can see that this customer's area is very limited. So the cooling system it shows is a frame design. Well, we have two kinds of the cooling system. The first one is the tube condensers, and the second is the water tank condensers. It shows the tube condensers, but it's kind of different between other customers. It is in a frame, so it's much more convenient to transportation, and it's easy to installation, and it's limited. When your area is very limited, it can save your area of the factory. So this is kind of design. You can just give us your requirements. We can have the different design for you, because all the equipment that are built in our own factory. This is the some information that each customer, and this is some transaction details. Well, we will give you some transaction details, and also our catalog, our catalog and certificate, some license that we have. If you are interested, you can just contact with us. And this is a customer in Brazil. It shows a 15-ton of pyrolysis plant, and it also got a syngas storage system. Well, this customer's raw material is the waste tire, The four products it can get is the flue oil and steel wire and carbon black and the syngas. While the syngas is a heating energy, well, it can just return to your pyrolysis reactor to heat your raw material. And you can also just store it to use at other places. So this is four products. The flue oil we can get 40 to 45%. And the cooling system this customer chose is the tube condensation system. The tube condensation system have 7 condensers for 4 steps. Later I will show you how to condense the oil by using this tube condensation system. You can see this is the condensers, the horizontal condensers. Also, well, it's transported separately, but we can have our manager sent to your factory to help you to installation and train your workers. This is a 15 ton of the batch type pyrolysis plant, and it uses the side slag. We have 3 kinds of the slagging ways: the front slag, side slag, and the back slag. You can just give your requirements. We can just design for you. They have different advantages and features. Also, this is a customer in Brazil, and the raw material is also the waste tire. Can you see it clearly? And this is a waste tire for the pyrolysis plant. This is the outlet. The gas will come out from here and went to the condensation system. Here is the oil tank for 2 tons to store the oil temporarily. Here is the odor removal system. Some license. If you want this information, you can contact with us to send you privately. And here is the customers from Brazil. It shows the 50 tons fully continuous pyrolysis plant. The fully continuous is have more high efficiency for 50 tons, and it can work 24 hours without stop. It can work 45 to 60 days. You can see this is an installation cover, and here is a whole reactor. The tube is the to collect the smoke, and we have this the sulfurization system to purify the gas we will release. And this is the odor removal system to purify the gas, the same gas that is one of the products that we can return it to the reactor to burn it. So if you chose the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, that the 8 hours before you need to use your heating energy like the natural gas, flue oil, or the coal wood, and the next few days for the other days you don't need other extra heating energy. You can just use the tail gas that we pyrolysis to heat the raw material at the reactor. This is a customer in Brazil, and you can also come here to visit, know more details. Here is some transaction license. Okay, we can have some 3D videos for you to give you more information about the. Later, I will show you about the pyrolysis, the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Okay, and you can have a look. It's much more clearly to understand. This is a PLC system. And we have the pyrolysis system, discharging system, and the condensation system. This is the odor removal system. Hi sir, I don't understand you very clearly. What kind of equipment that you want to know? Okay, let's start from here. And the feeding raw material we need is if your material is the waste tire, then we need the tire rubber powder. And if your material is a plastic, then we need the plastic particles. So the feeding system, and it's different between the batch type. Here is a feeding. We have the underground storage of the feeding system. This is a feeding winch. Just we need to have a pre-process. You can have a pre-process workshop, but you can also get some. You can also just buy the tire rubber powder directly. Here is a furnace. We use this hot wind furnace. Well, the used heating ways is the burner. We have 8 burners and 10 tail gas burners. But now this hot wind furnace is much more evenly to get the heat. Here's a tube, the high temperature resistant tube between these two sections of the reactor. Because the reactor is much more longer than the batch type, if you have 50 tons of the reactor, it's 26 meters. So we have a tube in middle of it. Sorry, tub middle of it. And this is show us the lubricate and the cooling water. Here is the outlet. The flue gas will come out from here, and the carbon black will discharge. Let's talk about the flue gas first. And the flue gas will first come to the buffer tank. It have two effects. The first one is to slow down the speed of the gas, and second is to settle down the carbon black. And then it will reach to the cooling buffer tank. It have the same effect with the buffer tank, but it can also cool down the flue volume, and it will temporarily stored into the storage. We use the U-tube to prevent the gas release. And then we have 3 cooling condensers, or cooling buffer tank, and 3 condensers. This is a vertical condensers that each one have 37 tube. It will sort out the gas, and we'll have requirements. So we have attached with the cooling water. Then we can cool down the gas to the oil. This is the pressure, the negative pressure device, to ensure all the gas will come to the condensation system and the odor removal system. Here is the water removal system that is one of the patents in our company. Well, just the tail gas that if we burn it directly, it will have some bad smell. So we have used the salt removal system to purify the sodium hydroxide. Then the tail gas converts to the burner to burn the reactor. And now this shows us the discharging system. Discharge the carbon black at a very high temperature. We can use this slagging winch. Outside it is the cooling water to cool down the carbon black. Then we can just pack it at a normal temperature. This is a pressure monitor, and we have a temperature monitor to ensure we have this product in a safe environment. And this is the water sealed to prevent the release. We also have other devices like the vacuum device to prevent the sudden explosion, and other alarm bell, other device to ensure we are a safety production. Hi, welcome to the live show. We are the doing rope. So, and this is the other removal system. The purification system to purify the gas that we are going to release. The first step is to cool down the gas to a normal temperature, and we use this cyclone device. And this is the glass fiber. We can use it to purify the, for example, the sulfur dioxide and other bad smoke in it. This is to absorb the water in the gas. This is the whole production, and the last step is to pump the oil in the oil temporary tank, collect it in a bigger tank. Then the oil that we can use it at the cement factory, glass factory, or other kind of places as the heating energy. And if you want to refine it, we can also get the diesel from the pyrolysis of flue oil. Then the diesel can use at the agricultural machine, mining machine, or ferry ship, and this kind of places. If you are interested, you can just contact with us. Okay. Then let's just go on about this catalog of our client. Here is a customer in Ghana. Well, it have two kinds of plastic, a kind of the raw materials, a tire and a plastic. Well, if you have two or more than two kinds of raw material, it's better to choose the batch type pyrolysis plant. It can use one kind of equipment, but there are some different devices like the decogging device when we have the plastic, or the feeding device. It also can use the order feeder. well, the temperature is not different. It's different between the plastic and tire when we pyrolysis. So it's better for you to, in this batch, we just put only the plastic, and that batch we put the tire to give the different temperature, because the tires heating temperature is much more lower than much more higher than the waste plastic. This is a batch type, and the capacity is 12 tons per day. This is the condensers. The tube condensers is more clearly. You can have a look. It have 4 steps. The first step is 2 vertical condensers, which each one have 4 tubes in it. And the second is the oil water separator. It's not only a condensers, but also a purify system and a safety device. And then this is the vertical condensers, have the biggest efficiency to cooling. And this is the last step, 2 vertical condensers, that it can ensure all the oil is condensed. Okay, let's just go on. And this is from Ghana, and these customers have purchased equipment from us for 4 times. So it's in different countries, in different area, Ghana and Togo or other countries. So if you want to give communication to our clients, it's all welcome, and you can come to their factory. You can just contact with us. And this is Nigeria. We have our subsidiary in Nigeria, our branch company, so it's very convenient to have this business here to buy the equipment. It's very convenient. This is the waste tire. The raw material is the waste tire, and it shows also the batch type pyrolysis plant. It's 15 tons per day. Now you can see most of our clients will choose the 15 tons. And India, it's in Asia. It's the raw material is a plastic, and this customer chose the PLC system, the PLC machine, to control it more automatically. Well, it may save the worker and much more safe environment. It's in India for the 15 tons per day of the batch type pyrolysis plant. And this customer bought a 5 tons per day of the distillation plant. Well, the distillation's raw material can be the waste engine oil or the flue oil that we just pyrolysis. So if you're interested, we can also have this kind of equipment. We can get the diesel from the engine oil or other waste oil. Here is the Japan customer that the raw material is the plastic. Well, the type is the plastic to diesel is also called the distillation equipment. It has 15 tons of the pyrolysis plant and 15 tons of distillation plant. Here is a customer in Mexico. It also chose the 15 tons for the waste plastic. Well, the waste tire and waste plastic is much more popular than other kinds of raw materials. This is kind of solid waste. Well, the solid waste may have the solid waste license to have this kind of business in China. And we also have the kind of hazardous waste that the hazardous waste need the hazardous license and more strict policies. Okay, and Well, the customers that feedback information for us is they can not only get the fuel oil, but also get some subsidies, because some government will have some subsidy and have some processing fee. That's because they have this recycle project to the value, so have some processing fee. For example, if you chose the hazardous waste, then we can't just throw it randomly. This oil, we can't just throw it. So we need to put it to the processing hazardous waste company, have this kind of license, so we can get some subsidy fee, processing fee. And this is a customer in Russia. Well, this customer bought the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, have much more higher efficiency, and because Russia is the temperature is lower than other places, so the condensation system efficiency is much more higher. You can see it needs to get the oil from the waste tire. So about the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, if your raw material is the waste tire, that we need to process it, have a pre-process to process the tire, the whole tire to the rubber powder. We need to crush it and to use the magnetic separators to separate the steel wire from it. This is the customer in Russia. And it's Ghana. We have many customers in Ghana, or we have many customers in Africa, because the environmental policy is not very strict than, for example, in China. Okay, and it's also the waste tire equipment, and they want to get the diesel, so they both have the pyrolysis and the distillation plant. Here is the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant. Well, it's different. The efficiency is we can get 3 batch for 2 days. And between the batch type, the difference is it can discharge the carbon black at a high temperature. So we don't need to waste the time of cooling the reactor and slag the carbon black. It's much higher efficiency, and most of these kind of clients these days will choose the semi-continuous. The capacity is also 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 18 ton, 20 ton. And you can see here this customer chose 50 ton and for 4 line. So it can process almost 60 ton of the rubber powder. Well, the raw material also needs to process it to the rubber powder. This is a customer in Mexico. Here is the condensers, the tank, and some oil storage. The raw material is the engine oil. They want to get the diesel. This is also some delivery picture. We will give you some delivery picture and some installation picture for you. And here is the Philippines 15-ton pyrolysis plant, and the raw material is the waste tire. As you can see, the condensation system is different between the picture that we showed before. This is a water tank. Well, it's also a condenser, can have a very high efficiency, just it's different. It's much more easier for installation than the tube condensers. Okay, and just by the way, if you are interested in this kind of equipment, you can contact with us. You can comment your requirements, and you can also send your private message to us. We can give you more information, like if you want the catalog, or you want the quotation, you want the configurations between depends on your raw material and capacity. You can send a private message to us. Thank you. Okay, and this is a customer in India. You can see this is the installation cover, and it have two pieces. We will build it at one, and to cut it, then we put the furnace in it. Here is some pictures that our sales manager and our clients, and this is in our company, and here is in our factory. It shows the raw material of the waste tire, and it's gonna get the diesel. And okay, this is the last picture. A client from Canada. You can see this is different. The raw material is different. It's hide behind me. The raw material is the oil yield. Is oil sludge. You can see it. Okay, never mind. This customer's raw material is the oil sludge. That most of the raw material of oil sludge will choose the batch type pyrolysis plant, and the feeding way is always the oil pump or the transaction belt, because they're different state of the oil sludge. Well, the liquid and solid oil sludge, that the feeding ways is kind of different. If you get the liquid oil sludge, then we can also use the fully continuous to be pyrolysis to have this production. And the products is the flue oil and the carbon black. That most of the oil sludge that will have much more water contained and soil contained. So we need to have a test of how many water, how many oil it have, how many water it have. We will have give you. We need you to give us a license analysis about your raw materials, and we can give you different configurations. But the design is almost different. Just the some different step of different device, like the oil sludge may have a question of cover the inner furnace, so we have a decogging system, and the heating energy is much more higher than the waste tire or waste oil, so we need waste tire, waste plastic, so we need a high temperature, and it is corrosive, so we need a stainless steel to build the furnace. It's kind of different. If you use the waste tire, waste plastic pyrolysis plant and the furnace plate, we can just choose the boiler plate. It's enough. Okay, this is some introduction about our different our clients catalog. I'm not sure is there anybody in my live show. If you want to have this kind of information, you can just contact with us to know more details. Well, this is kind of pictures for deliver, and also it's deliver. And later I will show you some pictures that is after installation, and they are just have the production. You can see this is the raw material of the waste whole tire. And this customer chose the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. so need the process it to the rubber powder. We need to first cut it to the circle and then to crush it to smaller pieces. Here is a cycled tire, and this is to crash it to smaller pieces, and this is a vibrating device to control the sizes. Here is to crash this. This is rubber powder with the steel wire, and then we need the magnetic device to separate the steel wire from the rubber powder. This is a magnetic device. It's not work now. And here is the transportation system of the rubber powder. You can see it's all sealed because they may have some dust when we just use the carbon black or the rubber powder. So we use a sealed device, so there's no dust pollution of the rubber powder and the carbon black. You can see the very environment of the production plant is have a good quality. It just work. It can rotate one circle for 3 or 4 minutes. A feeding winch to feed the carbon black rubber powder, and this is a burner. Burn the reactor. We have 8 burners and 8 tail gas burners. This customer. Outside it is an installation cover. Inside is a furnace. It is 26 meters. So in the middle of it have a temperature resistant tub. Up 2 sections of the reactor. And the back of it is the condensation system and the discharging system. This is a slagging winch. While we can just ensure it feed and heat the raw material and slag the carbon black at the same time. So we can use this side slag, front slag, back slag. Sorry, we have 3 kinds of slag. We can choose the back slag to discharge the carbon black and use the slagging winch that have the water cover outside to cool down, to lower down the temperature. Here is the oil tank. You can see in this window is the oil we can get. Quality is very high. This is oil. Also the oil. Here is to pack the carbon black. Well, in this step, we need 1 workers. You can see a fully continuous pyrolysis plant is much more automatically use the PLC system, so it's much more labor saving. We don't see any workers in the pyrolysis or discharging system. Here is a cooling system and condensation purification system, purify the gas that we will release. This is the burner chamber to burn the same gas that release. Here is the oil tank, and here is the water tank. Water pool. That the condensation system, the water is come from here. Use the water pump to pump it. And this is a cooling tower to lower the temperature. Here is a whole line of the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. And well, the capacity is 50 ton. The biggest is 50 ton, and we can also have 15 ton, 20 ton, 30 ton, 40 tons of the fully continuous. Well, it's a new design of these years. If you are interested, you can contact. And thank you for your watching today. If there are no more questions, then it's time to say goodbye. If you are interested, you can just leave your WhatsApp number or your email to us. Then our sales manager will contact with you directly. Okay, and just introduce again about our company. We are the doing rope that in China. We have our own factory that we are the manufacturer. So all the equipment, all the device is built in our company. So we can depend on your requirements and give you the analysis and configurations program for you of different kind of equipment, different capacity, different step of different device. Where we have the feeding step and the pyrolysis system, condensing system, the condensation system, the slagging system, and the purification system. So this is the whole line of the equipment. If you want to know more, you can contact with us. And about the environmental protection device, we have different plan for you to can reach to your standard of your regions. You don't need to worry about the pollution. The only pollution that we have is the smoke pollution. We don't have the chemical pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, or other pollutions. So the smoke pollution, we have the purification system for the smoke release. Don't need to worry. Thank you for your watching today, and we will have the live show for you next week. And it's time to say goodbye. And if there are no more questions, I don't know if there are anybody in my live show, but no more questions, it's time to goodbye. Okay, so there are no more questions. Thank you for your watching today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.